Fortnite, try not to screw up challenge. Completely impossible. What is going on YouTube and the great people of the internet? It is your boy ThunderBuddy29 here, and yep, I am back today with another video. And welcome to my official review of Fortnite Winterfest 2025, as it's now officially that time of year again, as we are now also just 6 days away from Christmas, which is honestly kind of crazy to think about. So today in this video, I'm going to be giving my full thoughts of what I think of this year's Winterfest. Now before I get into that, if you guys enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like button down below, share this with your friends, and hit that bell so you'll never miss another video. But anyways, let's get right into it. So what do I think of this year's Winterfest?
They're crap. Crap, mega crap.
Now to be honest with you, I was actually pretty disappointed with this year's Winterfest. And the worst part is, just a few months ago, we had a Fortnitemares that was actually pretty good. And for a while, it seemed like Fortnite was starting to get back on track. They were starting to get their act together with their seasonal and holiday events. Hell, even Winterfest last year was way better than this. Despite the huge success from last year's Winterfest, a lot of people, including myself, would think that this year's Winterfest would probably be just as good. But guess what? It was the complete opposite. But why exactly? Why do I not like this year's Winterfest? Well, starting off with reason number one, there was no front trailer for it. Like for example, let's go back to Winterfest 2024. You see this trailer, it's like an ordinary day, and then you see leaves falling, and then you see snow start to appear, and then Mariah Carey walking in singing her famous song. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better trailer than that. Trailers like these is what gets people fired up and excited for Winterfest. Like, how do we go from having a cool trailer last year to this year with nothing? Like, I just don't get it. But despite that, I am still very grateful that we still have the cabin and we can still open our free presents in the cabin. But speaking of that, that's going to be reason number two. And number two, the Christmas present update. And what I mean by that is the recent change that they decided to do with the presents. And that is you are forced to open only one present a day, and you're not allowed to stack them up either. And no, that's not some fake news. If you load into the cabin for the first time, that same thing will be mentioned as well. And to be honest with you, it is one of the most dumbest and most pointless changes that Fortnite decided to implement during this Winterfest. Like, who even wanted this? Who asked for this? Who was like, Fortnite, stacking up gifts is such a huge problem. You need to take that out. Nobody. Because that would honestly be one of the stupidest things to complain about. Just about as dumb as removing the gift stacking. In other words, this is pretty much Fortnite saying that you need to log into the game every single day to collect every free present. This is a huge punch in the face to people like myself who don't have all the free time in the world, because I'm always working. I work 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And the closer that we get to the holidays, the more busier people are going to be. I know some people are going to think this is some crazy conspiracy theory, but I think I know why Fortnite decided to implement this kind of change. I think Fortnite did this in a desperate attempt to try to boost their daily player counts. Because if you log in each day, even if it's just for 2 minutes to open a present, it counts as a daily login. This way, it helps keep their numbers up. But either way, I still think this was a very stupid decision, and it should have never been tampered with in the first place. They should have left it as it was. It was never a problem to begin with. This was just another one of many examples of Fortnite trying to fix something that's not broken. And reason number three, and I know this is going to be a controversial one, but number three, the collabs. Like, there are so many collabs in this Winterfest, most of which are not even Winterfest or holiday related, like Sabrina Carpenter, Miku, and SpongeBob. But the one collab that's got many people talking and has caused a huge divide within the Fortnite community is Harry Potter. And most of it has nothing to even do with Fortnite. Most of it has to do with J.K. Rowling. This divide is mostly between people who support J.K. Rowling and people who hate J.K. Rowling. Most of it is because of her political views. But as for me, it has nothing to do with that at all. I do not hate Harry Potter, and I do not hate J.K. Rowling either. I feel like with this collab, they went a little too overboard with it. Like when you load into the cabin, instead of hearing like Christmas music like you usually would, instead you hear Harry Potter music. And to me, it's making it sound more like Harry Potter Fest than it does Winterfest. Despite the huge number of collabs that we got during this Winterfest, not a single one of their skins is part of the free gifts. Not like last year when we got Snoop Dogg wearing a Santa outfit. And the only free gift that we got that was collab related was a small tiny Harry Potter back bling. And like what I had said before, all Fortnite cares about nowadays is squeezing in whatever extra pennies they can get off you. Even though Fortnite did the same thing a few months ago back in Fortnitemares, despite the huge number of collabs, at least that Fortnitemares was actually good. But unfortunately, I can't say the same about Winterfest this year. Even the map this year was very underwhelming. It honestly makes me forget that Winterfest is currently going on, because it just feels like a normal day on Fortnite. And on top of that, there are no new items either. But overall, for my final thoughts and conclusion, this Winterfest was very underwhelming. I honestly don't know if I could say this Winterfest was worse than 2023, because they're really not that different. The only thing that makes this Winterfest different from 2023 was that there was a cabin that plays Harry Potter music instead of Christmas music. A cabin where you can open your presents but no longer stack them up. And the one thing that Winterfest 2025 has in common with 2023 is that they focused more on collabs than anything else. And more than half the collabs that we have seen so far are not even Winterfest or holiday related in any way. And meanwhile, the map was very disappointing and the items hardly changed either. This Winterfest is a huge downgrade compared to last year. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments. Like this video and subscribe if you agree. Follow me on Twitter/X. I love you all to death. And until next time, I will see you all in the next video. And this is ThunderBuddy29, signing off.